Hi everyone, welcome to the Regal Rexnord booth. I'm Ben Van Arsdale, Application Engineer for Regal Rexnord.
Hi everyone, and my name is Sarah Lavis. I'm the Segment Marketing Manager here at Regal Rexnord. And we're here to talk today about the newest product offering that we have in our Cymax family of motors, the Cymax SRI and SRT.
All of that.
So here are the typical applications for use with the Cymax SRI and SRT. Both motors are variable speed EC motors. They're engineered to provide precise airflow for applications shown here, as well as other HVAC applications. In the next slides, we will review individually the benefits of the SRI and SRT. Okay, so starting with our SRI motor, the I stands for integrated because the drive is integrated to the motor. This one is suited for all applications seen on the previous slide, excluding commercial kitchens, that requires tri-voltage input with serial communication needs. It's a single-phase fractional ECM motor offering 1/6 to 1 horsepower. It features a rolled steel enclosure with an extended through-bolt mount for durability. And this motor is rated up to 60-degree ambient with various IP ratings up to IP55. Now the standard frame size is 48 frame, but we also provide a unique C-face 56 mounting design to accommodate the agriculture ventilation application space. So why choose Cymax SRI for your applications? Well, variable speed capability allows it to accommodate a variety of applications. The tri-voltage operating range versus the incumbent induction motor results in a reduction of SKUs, 20% to be exact. And that leads to ease of parts management. And with the Cymax SRI, there is no need to flip a dip switch or run a jumper wire cable. The SRI will also enable energy savings of up to 30% compared to a typical induction motor. The SRI is a plug-and-play motor with its built-in VFD, and this eliminates the VFD box, wiring time, and setup. That saves you an average of 65% when you add up the average cost to wire a VFD and the cost of the VFD itself. What's more, next slide, the direct drive motor versus the belt drive eliminates parts and maintenance, delivering a lower total cost of ownership. In rooftop settings, the SRI should retrofit most applications that utilize a 48 frame extended through-bolt mounting. And lastly, the SRI utilizes digital output to run multiple motors off of one controller, all while maintaining the signal integrity. All right, now I'd like to introduce you to our Cymax SRT. The T stands for tethered because the drive is tethered to the motor. The SRT was designed to be utilized in the commercial kitchen space, specifically for ovens and deep fryers. And similar to our SRI product, it's for applications requiring the tri-voltage and serial communication needs. It's a single-phase, half-horsepower motor rated for 65-degree ambient and equipped with IP43 ingress protection. As you can see here as well, you are now able to worry less about meeting the new Energy Star requirements that were updated as of January 1st, 2023, because the SRT draws up to 47% less watts, improving overall efficiency and aiding in meeting Energy Star requirements. Another value prop we have on SRT is the axial length. So through extensive VOC, it became clear that short axial length is a big deal in this commercial kitchen space. And for this power-dense motor compared to a typical induction motor, there is a 68% decrease in axial length, which is unlike anything else on the market today. Now this leads to a smaller overall kitchen footprint and time savings for the end customer. This time savings is driven by eliminating the need for oven disassembly, as the cabinet is now able to fit through a standard doorway, as demonstrated here on the screen. Similar to the SRI, we have connectivity advantages, and when used with a PID control, it allows for optimized airflow. The health monitoring and speed control options, as mentioned prior, the SR software can be used to program these motors. And with that said, I'll turn it over to my counterpart, Ben, for our demo and software capability.
All right. So we have one unit set up right here, plugged in. It's got all the features all set up. So I can start spinning this right now in any of the methods I want. So using the 0 to 10 volt, PWM, digital inputs, the digital output, as well as the Modbus. I could all configure and run the motor. So right now we have this rate meter, which will put out the speed of the motor, and that's all just from the digital output setting of this motor itself. There's no additional hardware needed. And so additional to the 0 to 10 volt analog input, we also offer a 4 to 20 milliamp input as well. And that can easily be shown just by flipping a dip switch in the motor, and then all of a sudden you can control with 4 to 20 milliamps. We have several different digital input settings as well. One is just to enable the motor on and off, which can be useful if you want some kind of safety settings. Say if you want the motor to turn off if there's a door opening or closing. And so when that door, and you can also change the speed from the digital inputs as well. Lastly, we have a relay as well. So you can set it for a speed threshold. The speed threshold can be adjusted to any speed you want, anywhere between 300 to 1800 RPMs. And then finally, we have the Modbus capabilities, complete with our very own PC software to help configure the motor. So on this PC software, it tells you some of the basic parameters of the motor, such as the speed, the DC bus voltage, torque, power, winding current, things like that. All things you can, very useful to have when you're just looking at the motor to see what's going wrong or how it's operating correctly. You can also configure the motor. So you can configure everything from the 0 to 10 volt analog input. You can adjust the max speeds, max voltage, min voltage. The 4 to 20 milliamp input, same things, max amps, min amp speeds. You can also, there's a process control feedback loop. So if we have an external meter set up, say if it's in a ducting, say a pressure meter, and then if that, we can relay that back to the motor, and then it will adjust its speed to make sure the pressure is constant. That's a very cool feature that this motor has. And additionally, again, going back to the PC software, we can adjust the PWM and digital output. So as Sarah mentioned earlier, we can have one motor controlling as many as we want that are connected in serial. So if we have 100 motors connected in series, one along the line, we can get the digital output to go into the PWM input of the following motor. So then as long as whatever the first motor is spinning at, all 100 or so motors are going to be spinning at the exact same speed. That's another really cool feature that this motor has. And last but not least, we have the PWM. Again, that's fully configurable in the PC software. We still also have an LED underneath this cover here, so if there is any faults of any kind, the LED will flash a certain number of times, which will lead to a code that's in the manual to help indicate any faults, again, reduce downtime. And that is the Cymax SRI SRT.